I don't constantly call them Clown Lake and slate them every 5 seconds means that I am somebody that's thrilled with what's going on. Yep. This is my question. And this is what pisses me the fuck off, bro. I'll be honest. I ain't some sunshine and rainbows person. I literally do a 3-hour show every day, and I probably have, and Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being, can, make fun of this if he wants. He's not on my radar. I don't care about him. But yes, I've said before, I probably rant naturally a couple times a night about how we're operating. But because I'm literally not all doom and gloom, like I guess you guys are, I don't know. No offense, I don't watch. I have respect for what you do, but I don't watch. I don't watch really much. My takes are my takes. I rant plenty about how we're doing things. I have people in my contact book that I'd like to keep as contacts.
It was exactly the way we drew it up, where we come out of the back, build up, and then move up the pitch, very organized. And, the number of shots we had on goal over those two.
The guy who's speaking gibberish these days, Mr. Frank, all right? Okay, everything he says, right, is the truth because it's negative. I'm getting so sick and tired of people saying that the truth is everything that's just scathing and negative. There are plenty of things to be pissed off about and still some things to be encouraged about, okay? It's not all one way or the other. And what you're basically telling me is because I'm an international fan and I don't rant and I'm not as doom and gloom as you are 24/7 being miserable as fuck, that all of a sudden I'm just a brown envelope or I'm just a big Clear Lake fan or supporter or I'm paid by the club to just put out positivity. Bro, that is so sensitive.
It's like, Meatloaf Bailey, what a PR stunt. Look at me, guys. Yeah, I would do anything for pound notes. And I'm going to sit in a restaurant and I'm going to look like, I'm proper Chels. And I love Chelsea. And this is all on Siri merch and McBarley. What a load of bollocks.
The pressure always should be at the owners because they need to know that, yes, they've come in, they bought this football club. They've bought it in the sole purpose of what? Winning. Being successful. Not making profits, mate. No, not making profit. No. It's about winning. It's about winning trophies. Chelsea Football, if you buy Chelsea Football Club and thinking you are here to make profit, no, mate, you can fuck off. You can fuck off. Because this club is about winning trophies.
Yeah, and I'm going to smoke you right now. Let's have it right. I'm smoking you all, mate, yeah? The whole pack, the whole Bonnie BlueCo pack, yeah? So have it right, up the Chels, up the Minerals FC, big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well in life. First and foremost, you know what to do. Smash the piece, that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We've got the noti button as well. We've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership download description. And let's have it right. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to no surrender mentality. What we doing here. Big up to all of you lot that are live and locked in. We got Hamza, Professor Hamza, the Man City hardcore general, bruv, that loves Man City. Let's have it right. Who's flying high, bruv. He's seen the cigar holder of Pep get inverted out of BlueCo, but he's seen the real true genius of Pep Guardiola land the Minerals every single season after season. So big up to Hamza. His channel is in the title down below. This is not Chels. Let's have it right. And we're here for the Bonnie BlueCo v City preview, as well as to talk all things about Chelsea Football Club and the current state of affairs. So big up to you, Hamza, coming on, my geezer. First and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Big up everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe to Johnny. Absolutely a legend. He stood by the truth. And I'm honored today to be here, And we know many Chelsea fans here, they've been sticking with Johnny on this kind of like scenario about this issue about what's going on. And Johnny, listen, I'm honored. I'm always talking to Johnny, listening to what he says. And you know what? I'm honored, You stuck by your guns. I listen to you every single time. And whatever you spoke about Chelsea today, we'll speak about it. But we spoke about it last season. We're in the same situation this season. I'm doing very well. I can't complain. I've got the best manager in the world, Pep Guardiola, no doubt about it. With the greatest owners, I think one of the best owners in the world with Roman were the best owners. You can't get better owners than Roman and these guys because they just have an ambition, and PSG owners. because they just want to win. And you know what? I'm quite looking forward to this stream, and big up everyone here. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Big up you, Hamza. Respect you, my geezer. Well, we know the situation, yeah. As everyone knows, since day one, I've been calling out this ownership, and the narrative flying about me is that, oh, because we sold Mount and Havertz, only Johnny's pissed about the ownership. Well, let's have it right and let's set the record straight, yeah. Way before Havertz and Mount was sold, I was calling out this ownership during Jellyfish Potter season coming up to December. When I found out that the ownership were going in that dressing room, I found out that they were picking the team lineups that, well, Potter was a jellyfish, yes man. I was the one that called out the yes man narrative. And now you're hearing all of a sudden yesterday, all over TalkSport, via The Athletic, that they want a yes man. Laurens is going on saying they want a yes man. TalkSport saying about a yes man. So I was never wrong. 3.5 years ago, I was not wrong, but you all fed agenda on me. Everyone wanted to come and slander me and try and cancel me and call me all sorts of names, you know what I'm saying? And I stuck by it. I will not change. I will not flip-flop. I know football. I know what my Chelsea Football Club should be and how it was left. And I'm not going to lower the standards for no one, especially no American owners that have come into this football club all to earn a pound note. Let's have it right. So at the end of the day, I've been calling this lot out well before anything happened in terms of transfers, but I know that they want a yes man. Every manager that they've brought in has been a yes man. Pochettino wanted to go against the grain, and they got rid of him. Enzo Maresca has done slightly similar, even though he signed up for this contract and knew exactly what the gig was, and he come out publicly where before he was assigned a manager, or when he was assigned manager, he said, no, I'm not involved in signings, and I'm just here to coach the players. And all of a sudden, he's making demands about what signings. And then journalists are trying to say that they're all Enzo Maresca signings when they're not, and it's club policy to make signings. So when I'm telling you, the club, the directors, the hierarchy, they make the signings. They want a yes man in the dugout that they can micromanage and control. You fed agenda on me. And now look how ridiculous you look, because that is the truth. I don't speak nothing. I don't speak nothing but the truth. I don't make this stuff up. Why would I make it up? What? To be muddied? To get it wrong? Why would I say anything if I know it's not right? It doesn't make any sense. Yet all of you toxic positivity melts and you title charge melts were coming out saying how unbelievable the project is, how great the ownership are, how we're spending and you're not seeing the vision. Yeah. Well, let's have it right. You need to go Specsavers and get your itis sorted out, because you're Al Pacino and set a woman and you're in the dark here. Yeah. Literally, you're all pissing in the dark with a narrative. That's the reality. Yeah. You can't tell me anything else. I've seen everything for what it is. Nothing will change my mind, and nothing's going to change under this ownership. And that is a fact. Financially, they can't change it anyway. So even if they wanted to tweak the model, they can't do that. That's a long way from that super glamour. That should have happened 2 years ago when I was calling that out. But you didn't want to listen to me. And now all these platforms are flip-flopping. Now they want to dip their toes in the most fashionable narrative where everyone's turning and seeing the light, that they have to jump on it. And that's why I don't trust these wrong-uns. I don't trust them, the ones that are held accountable for accepting these mid-standards, for promoting, like Matitz Rosnia, promoting that we're going to come second in the league this year, that we are going to go on a title charge. Like everyone after win the Club World Cup, we're going to win a title charge because we beat PSG in a one-off game. What an embarrassment you lot are, bro. Yeah? Getting your 10% discount Chelsea Megastore QR codes. And you're telling me you lot ain't sellouts and you've got to read from the Bonnie BlueCo script, bruv. And you go on your Sky Sports and you talk sport. That's what it's all about for these lot. Independent game, yeah? Well, I ain't fall for that, yeah? You ain't conning me. And you lot now want to dip into the fashionable narrative of BlueCo out and sponsor the protest like you tried to sponsor the last protest, yet everyone's mugging it off. Yeah, well, let's have it right. A protest has to happen, and it needs to be more than one protest, and we need to damage the image of the ownership as well as hurt their pockets. And that's what's got to happen. We have to scan our tickets and not go in. Buy your tickets. Yes, they're getting the money, but the powerful message is empty seats in the ground. Have you got the stomach to do that? I don't think a lot of supporters have got the stomach to do it. So you have to protest. You have to land it. You've got to make your voices heard. You have to have every journalist having to report it. That is the only way to damage the reputation and image of this ownership. And stop buying merchandise. Stop feeding their pockets as best as you can. Put your banners up in the stadium. Take your banners in, even if they're going to take it off you. Try and sneak them in and get your banners up so that Sky Sports can film it. Ain't no one running on pitches and all that. They'll get arrested. They're not going to risk it, bruv, unless everyone runs on the pitch and they can't hack it. But I can't see it. There's too many tourists in the ground. It's not feasible. It's not realistic, bruv. You know? So we have to start somewhere, and we have to start by the protest, which is apparently has been set up by a little organisation from some match-going supporters on the 17th for the Brentford game at home, a 3:00 kickoff, so it's in daylight. It's not at night time like the last one against Southampton. So everyone's going to be able to see it nice and clearly, bruv, crystal clear. That's the start of this. We have to attack at all angles, because this ownership, Hamza, they ain't changing, my geezer. They're not going to change their model. They can't change it. They don't want to change it. And people are naive in thinking that, oh, they're not going to bother doing anything. These lot are just like, they don't give a shit what you say or what you think. They very much do. They care about their image, and their investors will be looking at that. They'll be looking at their image and how they're getting tarnished in the media and clowned and mugged off. That's very important for people to understand, because it's the investors that want their return that are banking on these lot, continuing this model, because it's the only way they can make money in 10 years. They can't do it any other way. They have to have a stock market of players. They have to have a yes-man manager. You're not bringing us any elite managers. You're not bringing us any elite players. We have a handful of players that you can say are top quality. The rest of the squad are mediocrity, all over the gaff. The backroom staff, the directors, mid. Everything about this, the ambition, mid. They're even happy to throw away a conference, what's it called? Carabao Cup against Arsenal. Like when they told us that the target this year, after 2 billion spent going into phase 4, is get top 4 again and win a little cup competition. Yet they're throwing away cup competitions now. Yeah, this is not Chelsea mentality. This is not Chelsea. Yeah, and everyone's accepted this for too long, bruv. You know, why is it taken up to 3.5 years for people to wake up and smell of that suit glamour? Like, this is how far we've fallen as a football club. And I have been the only one landing it, literally, continuously, bruv. You know, I don't take my foot off the pedal, bruv. Whether we win trophies, don't we? It's win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. You can win me Premier League. I'm still win, lose, draw, BlueCo out, because I know what the agenda is. I know how they're running this football club. And the reality is we're not going to win a Premier League. We're not going to win Champions League. So what's the point? We're irrelevant. We're basically a glorified Brighton, which is what how they've copied us. You know, made us. They've copied that Seagull merchant model and based our whole club on that. But they're handpicking, you know, these so-called super youth players, all right, enticing them by saying, look, you're coming to play for Chelsea. Every manager that they brought in, there's been lower level of all aspects of being a manager compared to Thomas Tuchel, yeah? All right? Everyone, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And now we're looking at this Rosnier fella from Strasbourg. Egbali's managed to destroy 2 clubs in one hit, bruv. Yeah? All right? And they still don't give a shit. And they're still publicly telling you we're going to stick with this model. Yeah? All right? Their directors prepared to walk out, or their president. He's had enough. He wants to walk out. All right? He can't take it no more. And he's had to be a yes man. I'm going to lay the facts down before you land it, Hamza. Yeah? All right? At Strasbourg, right? Egbali, Winstanley and Stewart are all running that club, and they're running Chelsea Football Club. They are dictating the manager. Rosnier is fully aware of all the 7 directors across Strasbourg and Chelsea Football Club. He also knows that his time at Brighton, when he was a player, all right, about Paul Winstanley, have it right. He was sacked at Hull. Like, what are we doing here, bruv? This is a disgrace. This is an absolute disgrace. Where Roman left us debt-free. He left us debt-free as a gift. He left us world champions, bruv. And these melts have been glossing up being club world champions. Get out of it. Have a day off, bruv. I'm sick of it, bruv. And all these content creators that are now jumping on the bandwagon. You're a disgrace. I don't trust them, Hamza. They're full of crap, bruv. They're flip-flops. They don't love the club, bruv. That's the only way I see it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And I have to agree with you, Johnny. From beginning, like, you've been consistent about this issue. And we talked about it. Because if you're a Chelsea fan and you grew up, even during Ken Bates' era, Ken Bates had an era where he brought, like, players with heritage. Ruud Gullit, Vialli, De Zolas. These guys, Marcel Desailly, they came in here to this football club. And these players were elite. They improved Chelsea immediately. Roberto Di Matteo was a big acquiring from Italian clubs. Chelsea were there. Chelsea had this model of bringing elite players. Even if they were older, Zola was one of the greatest players at Chelsea. This is Ken Bates' era. He then handed over to Roman. And Roman, listen, no doubt about it, Chelsea fans who grew up in that era, you saw Roman, what he brought to you guys. Like, he brought to you guys everything. Even before, let's go before Roman, I say Chelsea. I used to see Chelsea, Johnny. I remember that told that they beat Galatasaray 5-0 in Istanbul. And that Galatasaray team was a good team because they beat Arsenal in the same year in the Europa League final. They beat, because Chelsea beat that team 5-0 easy. And they finished top of the group with Italian champion AC Milan. And that time Serie A was elite. To you to be a champion with George Weah, Maldini, Costa Curta, they were there, Albertini, great. Chelsea went to AC Milan with Ken Bates' era during that time, Vialli. They got a 1-1 draw, Dennis Wise scoring that. And you couldn't see passion from Dennis Wise when he scored that goal. You see the happiness. People are fighting for this football club. I used to know Chelsea were fighters. Stamford Bridge was a ground where, bro, you go in there, you're going to get, you have to lose. We saw Pep Guardiola as a player, remember? Coming there with Clive Rivaldo. They got beat 3-1. 3-1. That was a great team Barcelona had. Chelsea were a good team. When they handed it over to Roman, Roman had an ambition of the love. And he brought everything. He brought the respect in Europe. The first thing I remember, Roman coming into the football club, is I opened the newspapers, and I'll never forget, Chelsea linked about getting Henry and Vieira for £75 million. They knocked out Arsenal, the biggest rivals of this country. Chelsea's and Arsenal rivalry is mad. And they knocked out Arsenal and said, we want Vieira and Henry. Arsenal panicked. Who did they get? They went and got Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole, who grew up as an Arsenal, with his family loving Arsenal from the age of 8. And he was playing with Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira, Gilberto, Pires, and they sold him a contract and said, sit down here, Ashley Cole. We're gonna bring great things at Chelsea. Look at the owner, look at Roman. He knocked to the biggest, your rivals, and he got Ashley Cole. I remember reading News of the World. People are saying, oh, it's a lie. Ashley Cole never had a meeting with Chelsea. Bam, next week on Sunday, we see pictures. Mourinho in a hotel with Ashley Cole. It was the biggest news. We were like, wow. I remember Chelsea nicking the best talents in Europe. Shevchenko was a Ballon d'Or. They said, come to our football club. Robin was going. The first thing when Roman bought this football club, I remember, Johnny, the red flag was, and you look at these owners, is their recruitment. First thing he did, he nicked Peter Kenyon from Manchester United with Alex Ferguson. People don't know that story. He nicked Peter Kenyon. Peter Kenyon was about to sign Essien and Robin to United. He took Peter Kenyon and said, I want the best of the best. These owners went to Brighton to get the recruit. Look at the difference. They don't care. The ambition's not there. You can't lie to the people who've seen history. He took Peter Kenyon from Alex Ferguson, and the rest is history. Peter Kenyon brought Robin stole from Fergie. Go and read it. Robin was meant to go to United. Yeah. Essien was meant to go United. Signed to Chelsea. Crespo, biggest team, signed at Chelsea.
Mikel.
Mikel signed at Chelsea. Look at the names. Ballack. Michael Ballack. He was a Mr. Germany was Ballack. They took him from Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich couldn't do anything because that's Chelsea. Everyone needs to be scared of Chelsea. If Chelsea come and they'll get your player. It doesn't matter who you are. And Chelsea got the best manager in Europe. And that was Mourinho. Brought the style of football. Chelsea fans used to be proud. Look at your fan base now. The recruitment you want to get from Brighton. What do these guys know about winning? Peter Kenyon knew about winning about United. These guys don't know. All they're recruiting is these mediocre upcoming players. So that you can tell from the owners, Johnny, they care about just buying young, selling. They don't care about winning. These owners don't care about winning. They got inexperienced managers. They got rid of Tom Tuchel, who won you the Champions League, and they gave Graham Potter a 6-year contract. That's criminal. That's criminal. Like you're buying a Brighton manager for 6 years. What do you see in Brighton manager? What does he want? Nothing. This is not what. And they gave him a 6-year contract. There you are. That's when I knew these guys are fraudulent. They are not caring. They're here to destroy Chelsea Football Club. They're just to get the money off their recruitment. They know Chelsea's in the West London area, SW1. Yeah, very expensive area. Football club with heritage. That name Chelsea is a big name. We buy it. We buy all these players. We don't care about winning. Few years later, we'll sell you. We don't. I saw the interview. Todd Bowley. And I saw him talking about the academy having Kevin De Bruyne. I thought, you're a billionaire. You haven't even done your homework. You're on TV. Kevin De Bruyne didn't come from your academy. How come you don't know Chelsea? That's John Terry. Those are the guys we know from the academy. He's talking about 4-4-3. There's no formation as a 4-4-3. I'm sorry. That's a red flag. There's no formation. He has not done his homework. There's a red flag already. These owners have proven already. When Johnny Minerals was telling everyone, Chelsea fans, and they tried to cancel him and say, he's toxic. This guy, Johnny Minerals. Johnny, you saw the red flags early. You could not be tricked. You could not be tricked, Johnny. You've seen where Chelsea were. You saw where they recruited. You saw the players they brought. These are not the same players as the players you're bringing now. These are not the same players. Young players, unproven, inexperienced. Yeah? You look at players you signed. Yeah, Chukwuemeka and Cesar Cassidy. People are raving about this. Badeshile and Disasi, who are conceding 40 goals at Monaco. Yeah? As a partnership. You got them for nearly 70 million. Wow, these guys haven't won anything. Santos, Mudryk, all these Madueke guys. Yeah, you paid 110 million for Enzo Fernandez when the same club had bought him 3 months ago for 8 million. 9 million. What kind of a joke is that? Like, what did you see from a guy going from 3 months later to 110 million? It's the biggest BS in thing. And you got a lot of fans who give this false positivity, lies about this is Chelsea. You need to trust them. You can't go and criticize the football club. You can't criticize the players. You have to accept it. There you are. If I give you urine to drink it, are you going to drink it? No, this is shit. There's no difference with Chelsea Football Club to what other mediocre football clubs are doing. Like Brighton and Leipzig. This is what they do, but they're not the same status as Chelsea. Chelsea is a huge club. They used to stand par with Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. Yeah? They never used to be participating in winning Europa Conference League. This is why I laughed. I said Europa Conference League. Chelsea football. That's the biggest disgrace in Chelsea. Fans talking about, we want everything. I said, listen, you're Chelsea. Do you think Real Madrid will brag about Europa Conference League? No. I said it to Man City. I'm not going to watch Man City in Europa Conference League. It's because it pains me. It's because the love I have. The same thing, Johnny. It hurts. Chelsea shouldn't be there. What kind of grounds are you going? This is the biggest club to have played in Europa Conference League is Chelsea Football Club. And fans are talking, we are European champions. We won. I'm thinking these guys grew up watching Ballack, Essien, Drogba, Terry. It is a shame for you to accept this mediocrity. That's why I'm always telling Chelsea fans, these poor vibes, now you're flip-flopping because now we're catching you. Because a couple of months before, people are saying, we won everything. We beat Barcelona. We beat PSG. I said, yo, it's a one-off game. Just, you can beat a team, a one-off team. But it's consistency. Consistency. Yeah. It doesn't matter. PSG have lost the World Club Cup. They're still the best team. One of the best team in the world. They'll beat anyone. If they played it 10 times, they'll beat you 9 times out of 10. But you can beat them once. But the problem at Chelsea now, you're now in a big, big problem. Because it's like a house. There was a crack there. Fix that crack before the crack appears to become bigger. Now you've got leaking roof. You've got electrical issues. You've got a crack that's happening. You've got a room that the heating's not working. There's a lot of issues. And it doesn't come back to the manager. You look at your managerial recruitment. Poor. Inexperienced. Who did Mourinho get? The managers you had. Claudio Ranieri. He was a Valencia winning. Mourinho. Scolari, world champion. He sacked him straight away. Ancelotti. Great managers. Di Matteo, great legend at Chelsea Football Club. Brought Mourinho back. Brought Conte. Brought Sarri at Napoli. Brought Lampard as a legend. Brought Thomas Tuchel. Look at these guys. Look at the managers you're getting. You're getting linked with Liam Rosinia. Liam Rosinia.
Fucking hell, bruv. So wind up. Do you know what I mean? What's this guy got? Any credentials to be at our football club? Like, how would anyone accept that? And Meltzer going, oh, we need to support him. I ain't supporting this. I'm not supporting this guy. I don't give a shit. He's a dead man walking. He doesn't need to. Why should he take this job? If he's a smart fella, don't take the job. But he wants his payout of his 2 million, all right? And he wants that gig at Chelsea Football Club. He's a Man United fan, all right? He's got no experience, all right? And I don't care what you tell me. He's an out-and-out yes man. He ain't changing shit. We're going to be mid-table this season, yeah? All the players are already kicking off. Cole Palmer hasn't even put a statement out about Maresca leaving. He doesn't give a shit. Apparently, Cole Palmer's having a meeting with Win Stanley and Stuart Little because they're probably trying to entice him to say, please stay. We're going to sort it out. And Cole Palmer's looking at him going, what are you bringing me? Matitz Rosner? You're going to bring me this guy? You're not getting me anyone elite. Like, how am I supposed to win trophies? I'm in my 3rd season. No, I'm not having this. I'm the best player. And you'll play me while I'm having ejections. Nah, mate. Cole Palmer's gone, mate. I don't care what you tell me. Yeah, he's gone. Casado's going to be gone. Enzo Fernandez has already changed his agent like Casado. They want out. You know what I'm saying? Cucurella's been sniffed by Atletico Madrid. Reece James, if he gets an opportunity to leave, he will leave. Right? And then what you left with? What do people not understand? We're not building for the future. We're building for them on a financial sustainability project. That's all we're building towards. We're not building towards competing. We're so far behind City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Villa are 12 points ahead of us. At the start of the season, they were 5 points behind us. Liverpool were well behind us at the start of the season. Now they're above us. Last year, Man City had the worst season I've ever seen under Pep. They were behind us for the majority of the season, and they finished, what, 3rd? You finished 3rd last year. And we on the last game of the season, 1 hour in the nutsack, we get top 4. It's unacceptable, bruv. And people were glossing up this mediocrity. People were promoting Enzo Maresca, going, what a great job he's done. How can he do a great job? Well, you telling me this squad's unbelievable, that this squad's got most of the best players, we've got the best attack, we've got the best midfield in the league, in Europe, yeah? But we're not on a title charge. We're not ready yet. We still need some additions. We spent £2 billion notes. Like, how can you spend $2 billion and not be right up there? Well, how can you not be competing on all fronts? How can you only now be playing Champions League football? Yeah? How has anyone bought into this, bruv? Yeah? And it's why? Because of the brown envelopes, mate. Yeah, because of the journalists and pushing out the BlueCo narrative, because of all the YouTube accounts and the blue ticks and all the ones with so-called influence. They're influencing BlueCo. They're not influencing Chelsea supporters as it should be. Yeah, and now they have to jump on this true gravy train. Yeah, that I've been spitting for God knows how long, bruv. Yeah, since halfway through their first stint of ownership. Yeah, all right. And now it's like, oh, we know it's not going to change now. Bruv, it's done. The damage is done. Like, honestly, it's so far gone. And the fact that they're letting you know and mugging you all off saying we're going to bring in Liam Rosner, yeah, it's a joke, bruv. And then and everyone goes, well, you got my tits on the thumbnail. Well, the meme's going around. He's lapping it up that he looks like Rosner. So let's add it and spice it up a bit, yeah? He loves to get his tits out all the time. So it's Matits Rosner that's going to be managing Chelsea Football Club, yeah? This geezer's going on Talk Sport, Big Sixes, all right, and Sky Sports. And what's he calling out the ownership? When's he calling out the ownership? When you've got an opportunity on a big platform. Because if he does that, he won't be invited back on, bruv. Yeah? Coming out with ridiculous statements of we're going to finish second this year and go on a title charge. It's embarrassing, bruv. The fact that he's lapping up the comparisons and the lookalikes, it tells you it's all a joke. Everything's a joke at this football club. It's not a fucking joke, bruv. We're not a Benter FC. Everyone needs to pattern up. Yeah? You understand me? You got to pattern up. This is serious at this football club. Protests are getting arranged. And the protests about Eghbali and this and the directors and change the model. Fuck all that. That's not happening. All right? They're not going to do it. It's BlueCo out. End of. Yeah? And Meatloaf Tout Bodie doesn't get a free pass where he's extorting Chelsea supporters and Vivid Seats, owning 51% of Vivid Seats, a website to sell tickets for 1,000% profit. And Ticketmaster, the software is owned by Clearlake, Eghbali and Feliciano, who own our football club, 61% owners. Yeah? It's all rigged. It's all set up. Yeah? No one's talking about the ticketing. The ticketing's a vital piece because Chelsea supporters are getting outpriced. And that's why the stadium's becoming a library. Because they're inviting in international. I know there's no disrespect to international fans, but you ain't going to chant like the proper Chels. You ain't going to make it relentless in the ground to make the opposition fear coming to Chelsea. Do you understand me? Like, you have to understand that they're eliminating the culture of football, not just at Chelsea, but they're selling tickets on Vivid Seats for all clubs. Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Aston Villa, Newcastle. You can buy tickets all on their website, bruv. And you're paying $600 to $3,000 for tickets and corporates. We're selling dugout seats for $5,000. It's a joke. Yeah? Who wants to watch this dross? And they're quite happy. Do you know what they want to do, Hamza? They want season ticket holders to leave. They don't want season tickets anymore at Chelsea. They want to eliminate season tickets. They want you to just go on their platforms and buy tickets, and whoever gets it, gets it. And they'll charge maximum profit for them because they blame the stadium's too small. Well, it ain't selling the stadium. So when we talk about the protest, Hamza, I called out the Chelsea Supporters Trust, all right? Where are they? Why are they not supporting this cause? You've had a sample size. You went on TalkSport. You called out Vivid Seats because of my platform exposing it, all right, and it going viral. Why are they not promoting the protest? What they've come out with, ironically, after yesterday's stream that I did asking the question, where are they? They put out a tweet today and a notice to say, here's a survey and fill out the survey of how you feel. We're a little bit past doing Ponzi surveys at the moment. I think what you need to do is grow some bollocks and backbone and actually support the cause of protesting. It's gone beyond that point now. Nothing's going to change. You cannot be, all they want to do is keep good relations with the ownership, all right? So they can get their banners in this ground. And then it's all bollocks, man. They don't care. They've been keeping you sweet for too long. Now all the Chelsea supporters pay for membership to be part of the Chelsea Supporters Trust, yeah? You have to do your duty. You have to deliver what you promise to be a representation of the Chelsea supporters. If the Chelsea Supporters Trust actually promote the protest, I guarantee you a lot of the diehard Chelsea who are still on the fence about a protest because they still don't think it worked, will be more inclined to protest if the Chelsea Supporters Trust actually promote it. They ain't got the bottle, bruv. I'm calling them out because I can. I'm calling you out, Dom. I'm calling you out, Neil. Everyone on the Chelsea Supporters Trust, you need to support the protest. Enough is enough. They're not changing. They're extorting Chelsea with ticketing. They're extorting everyone with this fugazi of a project. They're lying. They're mugging everyone off. They call us customers and not Chelsea supporters. They don't love Chelsea. So we have to make them listen and we need their support. End of story, bruv. That's all I've got to say on that.
And you know what? When I hear that, I empathize with Chelsea fans because it is quite painful. It's a kick in the teeth. Like, I understand. I asked a question yesterday and I said, listen, we knew like managers that you recruited, like Graham Potter, 6 years. That was a red flag. You sacked him. Then you went Pochettino. My guy was managing at Spurs. Chelsea don't act like that. They don't go to those guys. He manages. You used to feed your managers to Spurs, not Spurs to Chelsea. So that was a red flag. Then Maresca coming in. I said, there you go. There's a reason why they didn't go for the likes of Luis Enrique. They were available. Enrique was available. If it's a club that wants to win, you'd go and get the best. It's simple.
Yeah.
They missed out on Enrique. They didn't care about Nagelsmann. Hansi Flick were available. They didn't care. They went and got Enzo Maresca. Fine. He had no managerial experience. And to me, if I'm Enzo Maresca, I'm offered a job at Chelsea. It's a good CV. I'll take it. But he's realized it once. I've won everything. I could have done anything. And I've taken this club far. There's no way. The only way is down. This is going to damage my reputation. I can't stay here. If I stay here, I'm a goner. I can't do anything with these players. Imagine Maresca, who's never had a job, throwing the towel down and say, I don't want it. I'm tired. Pochettino walking out. Already these are managers, even no caliber. They're not the Mourinho. Those guys would have called it out immediately. He's saying, this is a lie. I'm just here to fail. And you're going to use me as a comedy. But I'm not going to accept this anymore. Yeah? Maresca is Italian. He's hot-headed. He will not accept it. He's going to throw. He's not going to accept it. He said, this is crap. This is a BS model. I'm not going to go. Why am I going to accept this model? And then the worst thing is to hear a guy, Liam Rosinia, a nobody, a guy who was sacked at Hull City. I never thought Chelsea would ever even consider that. And the fan base, some of the fan base coming and say, you have no right to boo Liam Rosinia. Chelsea fans have a right. This is their football club. What has he won? What CV has he got to be managing Chelsea? I'm sorry. Chelsea Football Club is a huge club. I've seen Chelsea winning with their greatest legend, Di Matteo, and they still got rid of him. They said, no, we still want the greater manager. Because Roman was hungry. He wants to win extra. That's not enough. He had an ambition. But I'm seeing this is the biggest downgrade. This is a kick in the teeth. If you're a Chelsea fan, the minimum you can do, you have to speak about it. You have to go out there. You have to call out the big fans, the fan base, the content creators who are BSing all these things. Yeah? These are you have power. If you don't call them out, if you don't stand out and say something, you will be part of the same crew. They're destroying your football club and they think you will just accept it. They've seen it. They've tested it. They've tested it by giving Pochettino. They tested it by giving Enzo Maresca. They're hearing what you guys are saying.
Yes.
They're hearing what's happening on social media. They're hearing it.
They manipulate social media. Like, for example, Ed Barley follows Vince, the massive account on X. He follows some wrong and accountability platform. He's subscribed to Vince, yeah? That's an owner of a football club, yeah? Well, the owner of the football club has blocked me on X, so he knows who I am, Hamza, yeah? Let's have it right, yeah? Tout Bowley, yeah? And all these lot, they are social media driven. They
Yep.
watch all the YouTubers. They give them 10% Chelsea Megasword discount. They give them tickets to go to the Club World Cup. They give them tickets to go to games. They give them the perks. They get them on Talk Sport. They get them on Sky Sports. And they don't just do it directly. They'll use a Teletubby Robbie to set it up or a Goldbridge to set it up for these content creators. I'm not fucking stupid. I know how it works, bruv. Yeah. Everyone's got a link to someone. Yeah. Just like the owners have got a link to the CEO of YouTube and they get me shadow banned 24/7 to suppress my voice. I'm not naive in that. Yeah. All right. But let's lay down the differences and the facts. Yeah. When Roman took over our club, he said, he was asked, "You here to make money or profit?" He laughed. He said, "Oh no, I'm not here to make profit. That's too risky. I've got many other ways of making money that are less riskier. I'm here to enjoy, to have fun, and to win, and to make Chelsea the biggest." All right. That was his message. This is Egbali's message. Chelsea were not terribly well managed on the football side, sporting side, or promotional side. Brighton are the most profitable club and the best run club in Europe. Yeah. Feliciano, his partner in Clear Lake, says it's more important to build business value than win or lose on the pitch. Tout Bowley says it's exactly as we drew it up. Play 4-4-3. I'm going to play sporting director and spend 635 million. And in the process, we're going to sack Thomas Tuchel because he won't let us in the dressing room. I have told you the differences and what their agenda is. They have got a 1.22 billion debt with double-digit interest rates from the Bank of America and JP Morgan and Ares Management. It has to be paid first. They have got investors behind the hedge fund of BlueCo that all want their return of their money by times 3 when in 10 years when they sell the club. 10 years is not a contract. It's the plan to keep the club for 10 years to sell the whole BlueCo holdings as a whole for triple the money that they bought Chelsea Football Club for because they've stripped all the assets. This is their plan. They have to have a stock market of players. They have to continuously have a conveyor belt of transfer windows to sell and buy and make profit with the amortization of the contracts to spread the payments on the books, and their bookkeepers are on it. Let's have it right. But at the same time, they've been feeding the agenda on Don Roman about PSR and this and that waffle when he left us debt-free. They have put us in serious debt again. There is no more money to spend, and they are going lower and lower in quality in every aspect. They have no ambition to have Chelsea compete at the highest level. Chelsea supporters are not naive in thinking that this is not a business as well. We all understand football's a business, but at the same time, there's got to be a leeway. But without the supporters, the club's nothing. Do you understand me? We are the landlords of this club. Like the supporters is the heart and soul of the club, and they don't give a shit. They want to eliminate season tickets. They want to control the narrative. And every single YouTuber, blue tick, and journalist Pornstein, who says we can judge the ownership after 4 transfer days. Now we flipped the script to 7. We've had 7 and it's a shambles. All right. Toothpick Jacobs is the cousin relation of Goldstein who sits on the board. We've got Daniel Finkelstein DMing engagement group, blue ticks that are all together with their scripts and ITKs. You've got the Goldfishes related to ownership, who's got his platform and he's pushing narratives and going to the Club World Cup with Benson and the after party in the penthouse, meeting all the players, and all these YouTubers are getting invited to Cobham training ground, and all the players are there having pictures, and everyone's going on Talk Sport and Sky Sports pushing the Bonnie BlueCo narrative. That's why I fucking come at you lot. That's why I call you out. Because you buried my club. Every single one of you buried it. You want to feed agenda on me? I swear down, bruv. You come. Call me out. Call me out. Yeah? We'll serve it up. Yeah? You ain't got bollocks. You ain't got minerals, bruv. You're fugazis and you don't love this club. Don't fucking hide behind your cliques, yeah? And hide behind your showbiz and celebrity stardom, yeah? And think you're some big bollocks, bruv. Yeah? Don't wash with me, my sons. Yeah, I ain't having it no more. And that doesn't just go for this fan base. It goes for Man United. It goes for Arsenal. It goes for so many clubs, bruv. They're all PR-driven, brand enveloped up to their eyeballs, man. And they don't give a shit because they rather get paid, Hamza, bruv. That's all they care about, is they're getting up the ladder, yeah? Not with me, bruv. I don't sell out my club. I will fight for my club. And people in Chelsea hate me as well. The ownership hate me. There's a lot of people that hate me, and I couldn't give a toss. It don't make any difference to me because nothing changes with what I speak. It's facts and the truth. And the fact that you can't handle it and you don't like it means that you just want to get personal and you want to throw shit at me. Well, you can throw it all day long, but the shit ain't sticking, bruv. Yeah? In fact, it just rubs off my stony, bruv. Drip, drip, drop, drip proof, bruv. You understand me? Nothing can affect it, bruv. Yeah? My heart solid as a rock, bruv. Do you understand me? I love my football club and no one's going to decimate it. And now these ones want to cry like Liam Gallagher in Porto. Stop crying out. Yeah? They think that they're the biggest band in the YouTube business, bruv. Yeah? Don't kid yourselves, yeah? You fear it, bruv. You fear someone that hasn't got any ties to anyone. No one can fucking tell me what to say or do. No one can blackball me. No one can blacklist me. You can blacklist me all you want, but I don't work with you melts. Why would I? You're sellouts. You're flip-flops. And that's why we are where we are at Chelsea Football Club, because you sponsored this. You're even sponsoring Chelsea, not having a front of shirt sponsor. What an embarrassment. You want to mock a protest. You want to mock everything. What are you doing it for? What are you doing it for? If you're not in it for a pound note, bruv. What are you in it for? Really? What are you in it for? Yeah? How can I be blocked by Ornstein, Goldbridge, James, Matt Law, Simon Phillips, The Athletic? I'm blocked by Barley, the owner, man. Yeah? I'm blocked by everyone who controls narratives. I'm blacklisted. Don't work with Johnny, Matitz says. Don't you, my son? Don't work with Johnny. Don't work with him. Yeah? Your numbers will go down. It's not a good look. It's not a good look because we got the yellow brick road and Dorothy with her blue sequin shoes is walking down there and holding your hand to take you to the holy grail of pound notes. Have a day off, mate, yeah? Stop mincing about, yeah? Don't try and mug me off, yeah? I see things you'll never see. You understand me? That's all I've got to say, Hamza, bruv.
I think being a neutral and looking at this from far, I just think like exactly what you say. Like if you say something, the truth, you have to compromise, like having this purge. And a lot of these fan base who've got big YouTube creators and content creators. Listen, if I want a YouTube to be a big YouTube content creator for Chelsea, all you need to do is just say good things about Chelsea. This Gittins guy is the best winger since sliced bread. I can say about all this hype up, all this ex-manager, Liam Rosini is good, guys, just back him, don't worry about it. Let's give him time. But I'm sorry, you have to look at the standards of the football club, where you are, where you've been. And I'm sorry, like I look at Chelsea Football Club, I keep bringing back to this. I'm looking at the signings you're making. The signings are red flags already. Like from 2024, 2025, all these guys, Omar Kellyman, where is he? Tosin Adarabioyo, never plays for England. Maguire Barcelona, where is he at? Does he play for Spain? No. Renato Vega, where is he at now? Yeah? Philip Jorgensen at Villarreal. Then you're looking at people like James Gittin, never played for England, start for England, but you bought him for 50 to 60 million. Eswogo, I don't know this guy. He went on loan from Sporting Lisbon, I think, to Valencia. And then you're seeing a lot of Chelsea youngsters just being hyped. Kendrick Pires, the best thing since sliced bread. The only thing about me, I'm worried about Chelsea, is some of your great players will start looking. The likes of Reece James, the likes of Cole Palmer, they ain't going to be sold this project. I'm sorry. If I'm Cole Palmer, I'll be looking at this and saying, you're not going to lie to me. I don't care. I want to win trophies. I've now gone through a manager. You got rid of Enzo Maresca straight away, and they're bringing Liam Rosini, who has got no CV, with your project, and you think, I want to stay there. But some Chelsea fans believe he's got 7-year contract, he can stay. Players can decide, I want to leave. You know, you look at these players, they've got standards. You have to have the standards of proper Chelsea fans. You used to have great heritage. Forget the Roman. I said it before. Forget the Roman. Vialli days. You are Heritage Football Club. I've always said it. That this is the biggest. I don't think I'm growing up as to see Chelsea. This is the worst I've seen. This is the worst I've seen. I can take the team back in the days. A lot of those players starting for you guys. A lot. Eddie Goins starts for you in goal.
Yeah.
Dan Petrescu, brilliant. John Terry, Desai, walking in straight, no questions. LeBoff walks in, no questions about it. These are players before Roman era. Yeah, you look at Lesso, walks in, starts. Dennis Wise, fighter. He walks in straight away. I don't care about Caicedo. It's better than Caicedo. So Caicedo sits on the floor for Dennis Wise. Roberto Di Matteo. You had strikers. You had 4 strikers. Torre on the floor. Mark Hughes. I remember. Vialli was there.
Zola,
was
bruv.
there.
Zola.
Mikel Forsell starts ahead of Liam Delap. Are you joking? Mikel, who was your 5th striker? Mikel Forsell. That's before the Gudjonsson Hasselbank days. Mikel Forsell was your 5th striker. They're walking ahead of this. They had heritage. They beat United 5-0 with Fergie. They beat United 5-0 in Stamford Bridge. How can I see Chelsea losing to Sunderland at home, Brighton at home? People coming to just dunk on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. When I used to see Rackers fights with Barcelona in Rijkaard days, Mourinho and Rijkaard having a fight half-time. Barca used to hate you because they know you're playing Chelsea, it's physical, it's war. The fans out there, you used to look forward watching Chelsea. Now I bet you don't look forward. There's nothing to look forward. You're looking this is just a facade. This is fraud. This is Dogecoin stuff. Hyped up Dogecoin that was supposed to be hitting the roof. Oh, buy Dogecoin. Didn't end up anything.
This is Hop, yeah, bringing out her coin, yeah, on the market, yeah, and then milking all of her supporters and taking all the money and then coming off the radar, bruv, off the face of the earth. That's exactly what it is. And they spat all over you, bruv, like a Bonnie Blue shootout, yeah? Literally, that's what they've done, this ownership, yeah? And everyone wants to lap it up. Get out of here, man. I've had enough of it, bruv. I've had enough. Honestly, we should be tearing down the walls, bruv. We should be taking them out brick by brick. You know what I mean? We should be absolutely exposing these melts, yeah? All right? It's a joke, bruv. This ownership don't care about anything at this football club. John Terry come out after the losing to dirty Leeds, yeah? Saying we don't have experience. We're inexperienced. We need experience. We need to stop this rotation. We need to keep a squad condensed to 25, 28 players, not 45, 50 players. Yeah? We need experience. We're not in a title charge. John Terry said all these things, and these people are glossing up. We are in a title charge. That we don't experience is overrated. Look at Liverpool. Oh, they're above us right now, and they're in the gutter, are they? So what are we? If Liverpool in the gutter, what are we? Yeah, what's beneath the gutter, mate? Sewage, is it? We swimming with the rats. Yeah, what are we doing here? And then you look at the whole state of it, bruv. Like it's not just footballing. It's everything about this football club, and they are publicly telling you all the things I've been telling you. They want a yes man. They pick the team. They use AI scouting, Hamza, yeah, to buy players, but they use AI to pick the team. That's why they rotate the team every single game. That's why the team never stays consistent. How can you have consistency with an average age of 20 years old? All right, when young players are inconsistent anyway, and that's a fact. All right. How can you have consistency if you're changing the team and the back line every single game? The midfield, the attack, everything's getting changed because they need to rotate the players, whether it's injury or whether it's just to advertise these players to keep their value relevant, bruv. All right. And the manager has to do as he's told. And the AI put all the data in from Chelsea's squad, the opposition squad that we're playing, and they work out with all the accumulated data over the last 3 months. What's the best lineup for Chelsea today? How can we counter the opposition when the opposition should be thinking about how can we counter Chelsea? Like when we play Man City, how are we countering Man City? Because Man City play one way. That's how they play. They don't change the way they play unless it's a really, let's say you're playing PSG, you're playing Real Madrid. There are tactical tweaks here that you make that you might stop you playing a certain way that you play because you have to be cautious because of how good the opposition is. But it's not on a consistent basis. You don't change the way you play. You grind teams down. You pass around them. You get your goal. You get Erling Haaland to slot one in, and that's it. You steam ahead and you keep it tight at the back. That's how you're doing it. You know, Arsenal doing the same thing. Consistency wins you titles. You know, we ain't got consistency, bruv. We ain't ever going to have that, bruv. Not the way that we're changing every transfer window, we're buying players. No chance, mate. It's not happening. Not happening. Yeah. And we've got what? The Croydon ex-manager managing us.
Assistant. Yeah, that's a joke. I was shocked.
What's that about? Why don't you get John Terry in?
Facts.
Why is John Terry not in the dugout?
He was an ex-physio. He was an ex-physio at Tilbury. Then ex-assistant coach at Croydon FC. Went to assistant at Man City. Left there. Went to Southampton. I'm thinking Chelsea used to have legends, interims. Guzidis would come in straight away, 6 months. Hold the place. And this is when you look at this, you're thinking about the recruitment. Why are they recruiting these unknown players? And when you tell me about the AI, you look at the fact that they don't have wisdom. They're using the computer. They trust the AI, the computer, to tell them about future players. This is because they don't know anything about football.
No.
That's the problem. Because if you used AI, Zinedine Zidane never used to score goals and assisted a lot of goals. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Football's about looking at players, experienced players, great players. You look at Chelsea, you look at the centre-back, none of them played for a country. How many players used to play for a country? Gallas played for France, Terry played for France, Ricardo Carvalho started for France, Ivanovic started, yeah? You look, Tosin doesn't start, Fofana doesn't get chosen, Trevor Chalobah doesn't start, Badashile doesn't start. It's a joke. Like you look at that backline. Gittins doesn't play. Garnacho was signed for 15th place team Man United. Delap doesn't play for England.
They didn't want to sign Cherky and Osman because their attitude problem, but they signed Garnacho. What a joke. Because if it doesn't work out, it's got resale value. Everyone's got to have resale value. Everyone's got to have potential. They're banking on Esteval Willian. They're banking on Cole Palmer profit. They're banking on making profit on Reece James because he's Cobham. That's what it's all about. It's not about building a team to win and dominate. And I go into this game tomorrow. Honestly, I don't know what to expect, Emza. I really don't. I don't know what to expect tomorrow. And I don't really care. It's gone beyond football now. It actually has. It's gone beyond it.
I think I said it before, Johnny. I said it's a worst sporting project in sports history, not football. Like, as an investor, and you put 2 billion or 1.5 to 2 billion, and this is what you got. It's so shameful. It's so bad. This is why I believe that Chelsea fans have a voice. Because if I'm an investor and I'm putting my money there and I'm seeing these guys not spending it right, and people voicing concerns, fans are voicing concerns about this, there's protests, there's negativity with my company, I will not like it. I will not like it. And that's why Chelsea fans have to now accept and say, enough is enough. Yeah? Enough is enough. Anyone who's propagating good positivity about this, it's a lie. And people, I saw the tweets about big guys saying, you have no right to boo Liam Rosinia. Let's back him as our manager. I'm thinking, why does Chelsea have to back this guy? He's a nobody. I'm sorry about it. He's a nobody. He's not won anything. They have a right. The club is in the mud now. And now they have to go to City. And I believe the owners were clever. They didn't put him. They could have, if they try and put him as a manager for this Chelsea team to go to Man City with Pep Guardiola, he'll get beaten. So wait. Give this assistant guy the beating and let him come in afterwards. And I think now Chelsea fans have to wake up. Don't get sold with this dream about this positivity winning 1 or 2, 3 games or top 4. The Man United banter club that people are laughing at, I think they're the same points as you.
Yeah, they are.
Sunderland
Yeah.
got promoted last season at 1 point behind you. Brentford, who are having a bad season, are 2 points behind you. Palace. And they did.
We're closer to 17th or whatever it is than we are to the top the table, bruv, or top 3 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like Villa are 12 points ahead now.
Wow.
They're steamrolling. Their fixtures ain't as hard as ours. Our fixtures near the end of the season are disgusting. Like horrible fixtures, bruv. You know what I'm saying? They are bad fixtures, mate. Like all hard games. Yeah. We haven't played any of the big so-called big teams. Like we still got them all to play. Tomorrow, listen, they're very lucky that they did what they did because we've got away games right now. But the away supporters are loud, whether you like it or not. They will make their voice heard. They will be chanting Roman Abramovich, and Roman Abramovich has to be chanted relentlessly. They hate that. I know that personally, that they hate it when Roman Abramovich is chanted, bruv. I know this. Yeah. They can't stand it. It grates on them so badly. Yeah. They are so desperate to get everyone on board, and they have paid out so much money to keep everyone sweet and not hear me, so to speak. Now it's too late, bruv. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone knows what it is. You know what I'm saying? Man United, the Glazers, oh, mate, they're pony compared to these lot. They're pony, bruv. Yeah? They're absolute pony. Not even them are implementing a 150 grand a week wage structure at a club like United. You know, that just tells you everything you need to know. You know, what elite players can you buy for over 150, under 150 grand a week? Name me them. Name me all the players you can buy. Can you get me a Yamal? Can you get me a Kvaratskhelia? Erling Haaland's on 500 grand a week. Yeah. Osimhen, you ain't getting him for 150 grand a week. Yeah. You're going to have to pay what? 250, 300? That's the going rate for top level players. That's where we are, bruv. And I'm not accepting this mediocrity. I never will. It's unacceptable, bruv. Yeah. It needs to be stopped. So I think it's very clear to everyone, yeah. Tomorrow, the result is the result, whatever it is, win, lose, draw, it don't matter to me. It's BlueCo out. That's it. My mentality is always the same. Yeah, nothing's going to change. Man City will pick us off tomorrow. End of story. There's too much instability with the players. The players not experienced enough to deal with this sort of pressure and this sort of noise that's happening outside the club. Within the club, it's an absolute mess. It's just disgraceful. So nothing's going to get any better there. They don't want to change it. They think they know best. They know more football than the manager. The managers that are taking the jobs are just not qualified and not worthy to be in the dugout at Chelsea. And that's what we are, bruv. You know, you wanted this. You sponsored this. So, you know what I mean? Either make your voices heard or stay zippy, innit? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to run through some of these. Big up to Bill. He's a Minerals FC Ultra member. Salute to you, my geezer. Salute to Brian. He says, welcome back, Hamza. Big up Minerals Generals. Brian says, we cook these YouTube matrix dweebs 25-8. Blue cons out. Let's go. Bill says, it's a damn shame I'm over in the USA and love Chels more than these creators. I don't see their love on here. Up the Chels, up the Minerals, win, lose, draw, BlueCo out, up the Don Roman. Let's have it right. And these are the facts, bruv. You know what I mean? My ultras got abused. They were getting slandered, bruv. You know what I mean? It's just a joke, honestly. Absolute joke. So we continue to land it, Hamza. You know what I'm saying? Are you doing anything on your channel that you can let everyone know?
I normally do watch-alongs, yeah. I normally do watch-alongs, and I often do shows like normally on the weekend. So yeah, so the next one's just a watch-along of Man City and Chelsea.
And what's your? So make sure you go and support Hamza everyone.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe. Hamza Talks Ball. I'm always talking to Hamza. I'm always talking about Man City. But listen, I stick out with Chelsea because listen, I know where you've come from, and I see the pain that Chelsea fans are. And I've said it. I empathize with Chelsea fans. I see this is the problem. And I spoke to my fan base. I said, listen, we're lucky to have owners who are good and be appreciative because look what's happening to Chelsea. They're in a bad state now. And they shouldn't be. But big up to everyone. And listen, stand with principles. That's what you need to do. You need to stand with your principles. And do not ever sway, no matter what. Don't get bullied. Sway, stick. This is your football club. You supported this football club before they did. So this is your football club, and let them know, like, look at you and bully you off, and stick with your narrative. Exactly. These guys will need to change Chelsea. And if you protest and you keep putting the pressure on, whatever it takes, Chelsea, I think things will change.
Yeah, they will. They will. Exactly. And Hamza, what's your prediction tomorrow?
I think we
What
beat
do
you 4-1. 4-1.
You
3-1,
think
4-1.
you think 3-4-1, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you drew against Sunderland, right? Away, which is a tough game.
Tough game away.
Yeah. We lost
And
to them at
I
home.
think the instability, if I'm players like Cole Palmer, you can imagine they're going to a team like thinking, what's going on? What's going on? Like, what is this? Like, Reece James, Cole Palmer, these guys, it's affected them mentally, definitely. And then see, they're hearing Liam Rosini as their manager. Imagine you're a player, a good player like Cole Palmer, it would upset you completely. And I think that's
and Cole Palmer for a strop, if you remember, when he got subbed off, he kicked the subs seat. He was like, why are you doing that? Why am I, questioning it? That's where it starts. Do you think that City will go in and try and buy him, Hamza? Have you heard anything like that?
I've not heard anything, but I'll not be surprised, because I know that I've heard something that he's unhappy, but I've not heard whether City are interested. But City will be, because we need homegrown players. He's a game changer. He's an asset, no matter what. We need homegrown. We've got homegrown issue where Ake and Stones are injury prone. Oscar Bob's not doing it. We need a replacement. That's what we're going for, Semenyo. We've got other issues like Rico Lewis. We've got issues. Trafford might want to leave because he's not doing well and not being given a chance. So we've got 5 issues. And to me, it's a no-brainer. Cole Palmer is a big game changer. He's young. He's an asset. Man City regret selling him. And because they regret selling him, any player that's being sold now will put in a buyback clause. So to me, I'll not be surprised if City come for him and instability comes. And probably Enzo Maresca speaks to Cole Palmer indirectly and tell them, listen, if I'm you, don't stay in this project. This is the biggest BS project, and you should consider about your future. I've left. And do you believe
Enzo Maresca is going to replace Pep? I don't believe it. I think it's a load of waffle.
I don't think so. I don't think
it's going to be Enrique, isn't it?
It's going to be absolutely chaos completely. I think it's going to be too big job for him. I think what's going to happen is we'll wait until 2 years. Pep's got a 2-year contract until 2027. And I think there's no way we're getting Enzo Maresca now.
Yeah, facts. It's all PR. It's all waffle. But listen, big up to you, Hamza, for coming on. You've landed facts and educated a lot of people, maybe some new Chelsea supporters that don't know about the heritage of Chelsea. And thanks for your time, my geezer, to speak on this and your prediction and all of that. And you know what I mean? We'll get you on again. You know the deal. And big up to all my ultras supporting the channel. We don't have Casado tomorrow. We don't have Cucurella.
Yeah.
We will have Cole Palmer, but I mean, it is what it is. They're 2 massive players to miss in this game. Like I say, I don't expect anything from this game. But let's see. I'll be here for the reaction after the game. And I'm sure Hamza, he's going to be doing his watch along. So nip in and out and support him on there and smash a like and a sub on him. Do you know what I'm saying? And respect to everyone. As always, it's win, lose, draw, BlueCo out. No surrender mentality. And salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll ever see. Up the Chelsea Up Minerals FC. And we're going to leave you with our Don Roman, as always, because these are the standards that we always keep on this channel, bruv. And we're not dropping them for no one. Salute to everyone. Keep winning life. And we'll see you tomorrow. Let's go.